What's going on, everyone? American in Leeds, the American in Leeds broadcast, now on YouTube and Twitter. Hope everyone's doing well in 2023. We're going to be talking about trying to bring the energy today. Like, comment, comment, subscribe. Want to know what you're thinking with Leeds news, Leeds transfers, the new Jesse Marsch system. I got a black tea going. I take my tea black. I take my coffee black. I just don't think it needs to be monkeyed with. Black. Give it to me. Nothing in it. Nothing special. Don't sweeten it up. It's good coffee, good tea. My humble opinion, we don't need anything in it. Don't monkey with something that's great. All right. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a Newcastle review. What did I think? I rewatched the game several times, like 3 or 4 times, which I think you probably will find. How did you do that, Alex? How could you have watched that trash game twice? But I watched it twice. Maybe because I get more excited about clean sheets than I do about I don't know, a 5-3 or a 4-4 or whatever. And there was a lot of S housing at the end of the game on both sides. Don't think it was just Leeds. Newcastle was doing it too. They were trying to win free kicks late in the game. They wanted to call us for time wasting. Great. But they were, I use the term flopping. You can use the term diving all over the pitch, trying to get calls, crying to the refs. And the refs were allowing both sets of players on both teams to kind of dictate calls, and probably the Newcastle side. I'm biased. I'm a Leeds fan a little bit more. But, they want to call us for time wasting and all that. Look in the mirror. They were going to ground just as much as we were, maybe more, probably more, trying to get free kicks at the end of the game, trying to get, trying to maintain pace, because now, I'll tell you what, I'll get into this later. This is going to be a long stream. I stepped into it with the Geordies on Twitter. I don't know if any of you follow me on Twitter. My God, I was trying to just create a friendly post. I saw Willie Yanto and Kieran Trippier. I'll say Trippier, you say Trippier. They were jawing at each other in the tunnel. And I thought that was cool. Here's a 19-year-old Italian international going at it a little bit with Kieran Trippier. Trippier talks to the ref a little bit like, hey, watch out for this kid. And I think he was getting joy. Willie Yanto was getting joy on that side against him for a little while. Not the whole time, but that's an experienced fullback. So the 2 games we've seen Yanto here, he's had 2 quality fullbacks that he's gone against. And he's been able to express himself. So credit the man. He's not afraid. This kid is 19 years old, going up against the best fullbacks in the league, and he is not afraid. So anyways, it was a friendly post, but I stepped into it. All the Geordie fans started coming after me. It was like, I'll share the screen. It's so weird. I don't know. It's like there's some trauma up there in the Geordie River. It's like, Jesus, you guys think you're some blood money and, some good results, and all of a sudden you're entitled to Champions League? A year ago, you were no better than us. So I don't know. I'll get into that, but I got attacked by the Geordie fans, by the Newcastle fans. It was weird. Weird. And it was not meant to be anything slighting of Kieran Trippier. Nothing like that. He's an incredible fullback. In fact, if you were to say swap right now, Trippier with Willie Yonto, I'd probably say, okay, I'd probably take that. Absolutely. Kieran, he's an incredible fullback. He puts delicious balls into the box. He'd be a dead ball specialist. I'd do it. It was not a slight on him. So it was just saying, hey, look at this guy doing incredible work on the wing. Michael, good afternoon. Leeds can recruit Western McKinney or Yunus Musa to play alongside Adams in the midfield. At the World Cup, Musa and McKinney formed a great partnership with Adams. Michael Brown, I agree. I think I have injury concerns about Weston McKinney, Yunus Musa all day long. I believe Yunus Musa is 19, maybe 20. He would fit into the side all day. I would absolutely pick him up if we can. I don't know if we can. I think he's going to go to a Champions League side, which to me is overrated. I think you want to play in the Premier League. Brendan Aronson, Tyler Adams, Rafinha. These are players that have left Champions League sides to play in the Premier League to understand that if they do well in the Premier League, they can get a big side signing. So, I think it's a good recruiting tool. I would love to see McKinney and Musa up here at Leeds. I'd really like to see. I got picked on a little bit, not picked on, but I got. I don't know, some laughs from an individual when I said Daryl DK. Daryl DK, I call him baby Lukaku. Look at the way he's tearing it up with West Brom. I mean, I don't think West Brom let's go Daryl DK, but he's the American that I would be, I don't know, most bullish on. I just think if healthy, he is clearly America's best number 9. I've been saying that for probably a year. What do I know? All right, let's go into Newcastle. It was a hard watch. I rewatched it several times. We didn't do much with the ball, but here's my punchline to everybody. Jesse Marsch is trying something new. Okay, we were better expressing ourselves offensively in the first half of the season. He was not doing this at the beginning. And I was Jesse out after Leicester City. I was Jesse out at halftime against Bournemouth, I believe. Literally tweeting Jesse out. He's got to go. So, and he was not identifying the fact that the defense was so poor. So now he's actually identified that our weakness is at the back. Okay, you're saying to me, well, there were still chances created. We gave up 3 goals against Man City, and, Newcastle wasn't that much better. Okay, fine. I rewatched the game 3 times. There was a couple of plays in which their midfield was kind of jumping our defense, and they got in. Outside of that, they didn't create that much from open play. They created massive chances from set pieces. We bend, we did not break, and we held them to a clean sheet. It was a 0-0, and it was a massive point at Newcastle. That reverse fixture, by the way, is going to be tasty. That is going to be a tasty reverse fixture. Just the way they were upset about their draw. I mean, again, I feel like these Newcastle fans are entitled to, all of a sudden they're entitled to Champions League. It was bizarre. Anyways, I'll digress. But I think I think he is adjusting. I was worried because I did the first half of the season. I was like, there are moments where it's like, holy crap, Jesse Marsch cannot adjust. He does not see the fact that we are leaking goals left, right, and center and leaking big chances. So Man City game aside, Man City game was Man City. I think he's trying to implement something new, and I don't think the players understand how to play out from it. So I think he's almost putting in a new defense. And And he's going with players that are good against the ball, that are not necessarily the best on ball players to play out. So I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I do not live in Leeds. I just call myself the American in Leeds because I've been a fan since 2000, since the Gary Monk era, 2015. Thank you, Iglesias. I would love to go to Leeds one day. I've heard people that have been there have told me good stories. But no, full disclosure, I am not in Leeds. So I'm an American fan. I've been an American fan since 2015. Just a name. All right, let's see here. I got another comment. Michael Brown. I'm concerned about the signing of Wöber from the Australian League. Both Aronson and Rasmus coming from RB Salzburg in the Austrian League have struggled to adapt to the Premier League. Wöber might struggle to adapt as well. I completely agree. Michael. He will struggle. I'm going to be very blunt. He's going to struggle. I think he comes in at left back. I'm going to go into, I've got some clips played. This is going to be a long stream. I've got some weird stuff. I don't even know if it's going to work. But so yeah, we're going to try some stuff today. I think he comes in at left back. He's got good delivery on him, which is important to get from that left back side. And he actually has taken balls outside the box and put them in the back of the net. He's done some dead ball stuff too. So, which is lacking at our side. So, anyways, look, my punchline with the Newcastle game is Jesse's trying to adjust. We've got our first clean sheet since Chelsea. And they're figuring out how to play out from this new defensive system, but we have to be defensively sound if we're going to stay up this season. So there was a wonderful tweet. Somebody said everybody was complaining because we weren't pragmatic enough against Tottenham, and we can't close up shop. Now we close up shop against Newcastle. Everybody's complaining because we can't play out. So I'm crediting Marsch. He's looked at the first half of the season and he's gone, he's finally said to me, holy crap, we're shipping too many goals. And I've got a clip here. Let's see if I can share my screen. I don't have a producer. I'm a one-man operation. All right, let me just do this. I'm going to share my screen. I got to show you the stuff I've gotten from Geordie fans, from Newcastle fans. It's so crazy. I had no idea. This is an incredible goal. My wife got me this. It's over my shoulder as well. I got a retro from the Leeds store, so this is not promoted, obviously. Alan Clark. And then I looked up the goal. Look at this. Look at that cross. Boom. Beautiful goal. 1972, I believe. Centenary Cup, FA Cup final. I'm just getting into it. I'm 7 years in. This was a great. So I'll go into that too. It was just so weird. Geordie fans, where is my I want to see Marsch. Okay, maybe this plays. This is Tim Howard talking to Marsch about, hey, what are the goals for the second half of this?
We feel like it's been too easy to create big chances against us, that we've given up too many goals. Even we've looked at what our behaviors and what the games are like after we get a 1-goal lead, and then
So he's basically saying, where are we vulnerable? We've looked at what's been happening after we get leads and our ability to close up shop, and we can't close up shop. And that's exactly what's been happening. Like, you see leads go up and you're going, oh, here comes, how long is this going to hang on for? About 2 minutes. And we immediately concede. And in the case of Tottenham, we conceded twice and lose. Anyways,
our inability to hold that lead for long enough to then maybe either sustain the game we want to play or to add to the lead. So this is, and we believe that part of it is when we get the lead that we almost get into protection mode.
So we want to sustain the lead and we get into protection mode.
To protect the lead instead of staying on the front foot to go after the game and continue to go after the game. So I had one question after one game where I think Gary Lineker from Match of the Day asked me, like, it seems like your team gets weaker.
Right, we get weaker. We kind of lose belief once we get a goal up. But he's basically saying, he says, what do you want to achieve?
Yeah, the big one is defensively. We just want to be more stable.
Defensively, we want to be more stable. And that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to build a team around defensive stability. And we have to have this. We have to have a defensively stable team if we want to stay up. So I'm giving Marsch 2 games in. One was probably, I guess, just not ideal against Man City. And one was a valuable point against a hot Newcastle team in Newcastle. I mean, I expected a 3-0 loss. I expected a 3-0 loss. So I think we forget how hot Newcastle was going into that game. I think we forget how good, by the way, Newcastle is defensively. So yeah, we look terrible going forward, but again, we're going against probably the best defensive team in the country, maybe the world. They've only given up 11 goals in the Premier League. Newcastle has only given up 11 goals in the Premier League. That's insane. So I'm saying stick, not with Jesse. I mean, I don't care, but just have a little bit of belief that we can kick on and that he's trying something new and he's making an adjustment. It's hard. This is a hard league, and I need him to. I was more Jesse out after Leicester City. Leicester City, we had no chance, and halftime at Bournemouth, I was Jesse out. I was like, you can't look this bad. You cannot be this embarrassing at home. But this is like, okay, wow, he's at least trying to adjust. I saw no adjustments in the first half of the season, so we'll see. West Ham will be another test against a hungry Newcastle side. So let's get into that. Well, let's get into Wöber. Let's get into Wöber next. He's a system guy. I think to Michael Brown's point, he is absolutely. Let's pull this up again. I'm concerned about the signing of Wöber. He's going to struggle, as Aronson and Rasmus have. I think he's going to struggle. Here's what he's offering. And let's share this. He's offering dead ball ability. I think I've got this queued up. Look at this. We don't have a guy over dead balls, a defensive guy over dead balls like this. Putting in top bins. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be over our dead balls, but let's not forget, okay, Aronson, by the way, he's getting some stick right now deservedly so, 100%. He's looked weak on the ball. I think he's been just a touch slower and a touch. He's just thinking too much than he was in the first half of the season, or certainly the first, I don't know, 5 to 10 games. But, like, I guess my point is he's going to struggle. And I'm not saying, but anyways, Aronson has grown into those games. That's my point. He's grown into Man City. He's grown into Newcastle. The last 10 minutes of the game, he actually looked decent. He looked okay, even there was a lot of S-housing towards the end of the game. But we win it. Look, we go against the run of play. We win a ball on the edge of the area towards the end of Newcastle. What the hell is going to happen? Who's taking that kick? I never for a second thought that the ball was going in. But we had a chance to smash and grab that game. Greenwood's not on the pitch. Greenwood's looked okay. Sometimes Greenwood looks great. Sometimes Greenwood looks not as good. But he's the only guy that can really stand over the ball where we think he's going to ask a question of the goalie. It winds up being Gelhardt that takes it, smashes right into the wall. I never thought that ball was going in. I was like, this is just an exercise. Like, and again, I'm not saying Wöber's going to be taking these kicks, but we need more guys that can deliver balls into the box. And I'm going to show you the Champions League game that he did that in against Chelsea. That's what the fullbacks can hopefully provide, or more balls into the box. And here he is. I don't know what this is. Is this the second division? This is Salzburg. Is this Christensen over here? I'm not sure, but he's delivering balls. He's delivering goals. Now, again, there's levels to this. I'm not saying this is going to happen in the Premier League and all of a sudden he's going to get 5 goals from, set pieces. I'm just saying we need more guys with delivery into the box. We need more guys that can deliver crosses into the box. That's all I'm saying. And he's got that in his locker now. We're signing a guy that has that in his locker, and that's why he's going to probably be at left back. Maybe he'll be at center back long term. And that's really the $64,000 question, is what happens to Pascal and Cooper. Cooper is the team captain. Pascal's been probably your best defensive player out, maybe him and Koch. So I would be probably ripping my hair out if Pascal does not get a chance to play at center back. But I don't know. There's politics there. Jesse's sensitive. He's a better man. That's what Jesse is. He's not the best tactician. He's a locker room personality guy. He's like, in America we had the Zen master, Phil Jackson. That's what he is. He's a guy that manages personalities more than tactics, and that's why. I'll tell you what, I want this other kid. I'll get his name. I want him to take a chance on this other kid here. I'll get you his name later. But look, Wöber's got that. Let's take a peek at this tasty cross. This tasty cross. Me here. In the Champions League. I think this is it. Let me make. Okay, here it is. Let's share this. Let's put this on the screen. Again, I don't have a producer. I'm a lonely little channel. No, I'm kidding. Like, subscribe, do what you can. Share it with people that are Leeds fans. I try to be a straight shooter if I can be. I'm busy with a full-time job and a kid, and so this is actually a moment that I have free where I can go live and just chat Leeds, which I've been trying to do. For a long time. Okay, so this is Champions League. This is Salzburg against Chelsea, if you haven't seen this, this is what he offers at fullback. Okay? Now, we need to get better at transitions. We just we get the ball and we don't look kind of at it. We're a little bit too slow in transitions. And by the way, that ball out to Click was so sad. I love Click. Again, I've been a fan since the Gary Monk era. I love Clicky. I love what he's done for the promotion side. The ball out from Rodrigo, he couldn't even keep it in bounds. I love Click. I love Click. We need speed on this team. Okay, so here's Wöber. Bang! Right into the path of the forward player. Right into the path. And they're celebrating. That's it. That's what we need. Let's go. Look at the sideline. Bang! Right over the face of Cucurella. Take that, Cucurella. Look at the sprint. Decent speed. Big guy. That's what he's offering. Pascal, I love him. He's done a good job. I haven't seen too many balls from like that from Pascal. So I'm hoping that he moves Pascal in with Robin Koch. I'm hoping that's what happens. I don't know if we'll see it right away, but I would like to see that immediately. I think Pascal's been our best player defensively. One of our best players, maybe Koch, maybe. But Koch's been, with his other pairing, has been shaky. Like, how can you really grade Koch on his pairing with Llorente? It's tough. So he's a system guy. He's probably going to come in and play left back. I'm hoping Pascal moves in. I love Cooper. I love what he's done for the team. Captain Coops. He's told everybody that called him League One Liam to eat salt and eat. He's stuffed it in everybody's face. I love Liam Cooper. I hope that he continues to be on this side, and he's continuing to be a captain. And he will really go forever. He'll be the captain of that promotion side. So I hope he continues. I hope he continues to be with the club. And and it's interesting too, because if you've ever seen him interviewed, he wants to coach. So look, January 3rd, official announcement. It's going to take him a while to clear for the club. It's the first signing. Hopefully we get a forward player. And hopefully he's the answer. It's at kind of shoring this up. I don't know what the hell happens to Junior. Not really part of the team. There's a coach in America that used to say, "You don't practice, you don't play. If you don't show up in the side, then you're not relevant." I don't know what's going to happen to Junior. It's sad. That's another sad kind of deal. I don't wish any ill on Junior Firpo, but you got to play, man. You got to be healthy. You have to practice. You have to learn the system, and you have to be a part of the team. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, this is just bonus content. Well, let's go into West Ham. I was looking at Declan Rice's. I don't know. Do you guys get these? If I share the audio of this, do you guys get it? Let me know in the comments. Let me put down here in the comments. Actually, let me catch up on comments here. I am based in the States, Michael Brown. Marsch's signings have been excellent. Adams, Yanto, etc. He knows Wöber, and this is excellent news. Yeah, he's going to be a system guy. He's a plug and play. He knows what Jesse wants. He's worked with Jesse before. So, I'm all about this. He's not going to know. He understands what Jesse wants. And that's a big thing when we're trying to stay up. He knows the system, knows the coach. So, yeah, he's going to struggle. This is a leap. I think there's going to be moments where he probably gets blown by some wingers. I got to be patient with him. And he's going to be called out by the fan base. They're going to be like, I can't believe we signed this guy. This is the guy that we signed, 24 years old. Yeah, this is him. We needed a player to. The other thing is, and we did this in a video with Gier and Michael on my channel. And I recommend you subscribe to Leeds United The View if you haven't already. Michael Maynard, follow Michael Maynard. He's at Leeds Faithful on Twitter, or at Maynard M. And Pascal, because we play narrow, he always has to look over his shoulder because the winger doesn't come down in the typical system, I guess, that we've played. Max is a person that understands, I think, how to, because that ball is always going to be switched. We're always going to be begging that ball to be switched onto the other side. And so Max might have accustomed and be used to that switch ball. And I'm not saying Pascal's done a terrible job with it. I'm just saying he's used to constantly kind of looking at both areas, understanding what's behind him. And again, the system's new. We've gone to a 4-3-3. Some people call it a 4-2-3-1. It's just a more defensive system in which the wingers and the midfielders are actually coming down. And Tyler Adams has been the signing of the season. He's come over to help the fullbacks out tremendously. The guy's got he's got iron lungs, man. Absolutely decided that we got a clean sheet. That is what we needed. Yeah, we need clean sheets. We're not going to stay up if we are not going to stay up if we can't knuckle down and get clean sheets or see moments out. That was the problem in the first half. That was absolutely the problem. We go up and we concede. We go up, we concede. That can't happen. We can't go up 2 goals and then. So he's shoring up the base. He's getting the base solid. And look, I don't know whether it's going to work. I'm not saying Jesse's going to stay here the whole season. I'm not like an American and I've called Jesse out again twice. So I don't know if he's going to make it the whole season. But I don't know if this is going to work. I'll say that. But I at least am applauding him for getting it right for a second. Lived in North Virginia for 4 years and working in D.C. before returning back to Europe. D.C. got relatives there. Busy town. Traffic's terrible. Decent restaurant scene. So, yeah, and everybody's doing I think everybody's pretty much doing well, especially in Virginia. It's upper middle class. People are doing well there. If we can fix the defense, we'll have a decent side. Yeah, I think so. Alex, have you done No, Mike. I mean, Leeds United The View, Gier. I don't have much to do with collaborations. I think there's a few guys I reached out early in the summer. I might do another reach out to guys that are my size of channel. Wöber available for West Ham too early. Needs to know the players first. He'll play in the FA Cup. Yeah, he'd probably get his feet wet in the FA Cup. I don't think he shows up for West Ham. I don't know if he'll be available. People are saying in the UK it takes a long time to get permits, etc. Let's see. Michael Brown. There's talks of Josh Sargent at Norwich City. I've shouted out, Michael, by the way, you're doing a lot of USMNT guys, so that's good. When I say Josh Sargent, I get immediately like, boo, Josh Sargent. He was terrible last year for Norwich. Yeah, he didn't look good. Norwich have 2 strikers. Leeds have Rodrigo. So we also have Jaffe. I love Jaffe. And I think Jaffe should have come on earlier last game. Yeah, Josh Sargent, I'd take him. I don't know if we'll get it done. I think out and out number 9s are at a premium. And I think it's really difficult to get a number 9. I don't think West Brom lets go to DK. I don't think people are saying Che Adams on other channels. Oh, hey, you saw that. I love this one. Hey, Newcastle took Chris Wood off Burnley. Why can't Leeds take Che Adams off Southampton? Well, because Southampton are happy to take Che Adams down to the Championship. The reason they got Chris Wood is because they paid $25 million for him over 2 years. Are we willing to do $25 million for Che Adams for 2 years? I mean, that was an overpay by Newcastle, in my opinion. But now they have 2 number 9s. They have 2, serviceable number 9s, Chris Wood and his name's escaping me, Callum Wilson. So I don't know if we get Che Adams. If somebody's saying, yeah, Che Adams, absolutely, it's not my money. Sure, give him $20 million. Give him $20 million for 2 years. Give him. I don't know. I just don't think it's easy to kind of say, hey, they're going down. Let's just take them, and I don't know. I think number 9s are at a premium, and if we get one, we'll be lucky. I was almost joking to myself the other day. It's like the new number 9 Leeds is going to be Patrick Bamford. It's like Patrick Bamford with a beard or something. It's like, okay. I if we can get a 9, absolutely. I just think they're at a premium and we got to overpay. It's January. There's going to be taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Norwich has got Pookie and Sargent. I don't know where we're going to get a striker. They're hard to come by. It's a premium position in world football. There was somebody from Coventry. No. Yeah, maybe Coventry that I retweeted today. I took a peek at his highlight video. He looked like a big, strong lad. I'd take him absolutely. But I think that's the kind of market we're shopping in. We're shopping in definitely not a top 5 European league. It's going to be an up and coming kind of striker that we can hopefully, smash some goals in. It was a result, but we have to follow up with a home win. Yeah, I was digging into West Ham. I'll probably peek a little bit at that too. If you in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to play a video. Declan Rice. I mean, don't sneak cheese past a hungry rat. And what do I mean by that? I mean, they're hungry. They're frustrated. They're pissed off. We can't have any kind of lazy passes, nothing like that, because they're hungry. Hopefully he has the capability to pinpoint what exactly is wrong with the defense. I know what's wrong. It's marking up or lack of it. Also, we need to block all shots and crosses. I actually think they've done better at blocking. Marking is a problem. I think we saw an unmarked header at the weekend. So with that being said, I think we're better at set pieces than we were under Bielsa, but not incredibly better. I was pleased. I was pro Jesse all the way, but started to doubt him a bit when the defense was obviously in shambles. Yeah, Diggler, absolutely. I was doubting him last year. 2022. He's recognized the defense is a big problem. So we'll see. This Leeds sign has shown enough potential this season. Keep Marsch at least until the start of next season. Yeah. I don't know. Marsch has to continue to evolve. He dropped a little comment in his press conference that was embargoed, so it was finishing Newcastle, and he said there's elements that I hate about my job, or I hate my job. I just don't think somebody should be talking like that. You're one of 20 coaches in the Premier League, and you're saying that you hate your job. I'm probably reading too much into it, but don't say stuff like that. Like, you're lucky to be where you are, and there are 20 guys behind you that are willing to take your spot and coach in the Premier League if you're not. So, I don't know. I kind of was like, come on, Jesse, don't say you hate your job. I don't know if he was. I think he's just, the other thing is, I think he's also realizing how big of a league this is. If Wöber comes into the back line, who do you think drops out? I think he comes in for Pascal, and I think Pascal gets dropped for a while. That's what I think is going to happen. What I would do is I would put in Pascal for Cooper. I don't know how Jesse's going to manage it, but that's what's going to happen. But with that being said, I think Wöber has to earn his spot in practice and during games. Like, I think he's going to have, he's got to grab the shirt. I think there's going to be a little bit of that. Even though we paid for him, I think there's going to be you got to do something here. I see Wöber as a hybrid who can play left back and center back, which suits Leeds' projects as if there are injuries to either Cooper, Pascal, and center back. Yeah, I mean, he could be a hybrid. Yeah, I mean, he probably will be. I think he's brought in to start, though. I think he will start. Good that your 3-0 forecast didn't come to pass, Martin. I hope you're well. Martin kind of ribs me a little bit, so I like it. Yeah, it didn't come to pass. I didn't think I was worried about the defense, and obviously we didn't show much going forward. And Newcastle was hot, man. Newcastle was smoking hot. I mean, and it was at home. Click legs have gone. Yep. Clicky, loved him. He was great. His best was the two midfielders in the 4-1-4-1, the two center midfielders with Pablo. Him and Pablo were excellent together. Won a lot of games, got us promoted. Alex, prediction for West Ham tomorrow. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be an absolute grind. Declan is pissed off. I'm going to show an interview with him. Left back area has been a problem area of Leeds. Barry Douglas, natural left back, struggled for Alioski and Dallas. Both covered that position, but not natural left back. Firpo struggled at left back. Firpo, I don't know. They had I was like, this guy is going to be incredible. I think it was, he played a friendly against somebody under Marcelo Bielsa. I mean, he did like an underlap, and he was so tight with Jack, and I thought they were going to play on that wing together. And I'm like, this guy's got an iron, like another like iron lung, or he's just got like a third lung. He was pounding forward. I'm like, loving it. He's going forward. He's looking for the goal, but it's never been put together. You got to stay healthy. You're not healthy if you don't practice, you don't play. You got to be healthy. Now he's, I guess, healthy, but I don't think he can be trusted. Hope Somerville plays tomorrow. Yeah, I do too. I want to see him on the other side. I don't know. But Jesse's going with, here's what Jesse's going with, because I want Somerville to play tomorrow as well. Jesse's going with his best on-ball pressing players. That's who he's starting. That's how focused Jesse is on defense right now. That's why Somerville hasn't gotten into the side, in my opinion. You have to press the ball. You have to be willing to, everybody from striker to center back to goalie has to fight for that clean sheet. So I hope he plays. He's an incredible threat in behind. I don't see him starting because I think Jesse's just gone with his pressing units. He's gone with these like on-ball pressing units. And then doesn't look good, doesn't look good coming out, but it got us a clean sheet. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So I think tomorrow's going to be a grind. It's going to be a freaking grind. It's going to be like a 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 type of game. Watch, now I'll be wrong again. We'll see. Michael Brown, I believe Leeds owner has indicated that he has taken Leeds as far as he can. Yeah. I did a video that said Raz out. It was after the close of the summer window. I got a lot of stick for it. There's a ton of comments about how could you be ungrateful to Rad Rosani, da-da-da-da-da. If you look at his wealth, by the way, this one in, one out policy was terrible. The way we loaned out Dan James, brought in Lilianto. Okay, look. Yes, Lilianto's better. My whole point is we shouldn't be lending Dan James to Fulham. That's my issue with it. It's got nothing to do with do I think Dan James is the reason that we stay up or go down? No. My issue with it is we're giving Dan James to Fulham. That's my issue with it. We shouldn't be giving players to rival teams. I don't know. So I said this thing, Raz out, and it was because he doesn't have the wealth. He's been stalling apparently these are rumors, stalling the stadium expansion. And we put bids in for players. He's worried about both the bids being accepted. Oh, if this bid gets accepted, I got to sell this player over here. He's like, no, put bids in, see what sticks, let the chips fall where they may. Like, he can't take that risk. He doesn't have, from what I can see, he doesn't have that kind of wealth. And that's why I want Rads to be out. Not because the 49ers are Americans, not because anything like that. I just think it's time. And he said it himself. Brad Rosani cannot take this team to the next level. He can't do it. He doesn't have the wealth. If you look at the table net worth on the Premier League, I think Leeds are second to the bottom. He doesn't even have like Villa money. He doesn't have Leicester City money. He doesn't have the PIF money at we're not even, that's crazy, that's nuts. I'm not saying Newcastle money, but we're not asking for that. I'm just asking he needs to be able to compete. So, and he's a businessman who's taken a risk, who's bought a team that's made him money, and he's trying to sell it at the highest peak he can. So he will not sell it this winter. I think he's hopefully going to sell it in the summer. He's going to ride the dice a little bit again. And if we stay up, he's going to make another, couple $1 million on this team. Trying to get through your comments, folks. Don't know where I am. Jason O'Keefe. When the reports came, we were going scouting Firpo. They said he was going to go forward, but his weakness is defending. Yeah. Disappointing signing. Probably the worst. If you were to rank Werder's worst signings, he would probably be the worst one. Short term, 1 or 2 years, I would be okay with Chris Wood because let's face it, we're a bit desperate. IMO. Yeah. I would take it. Bargain basement. Coventry City player you were talking about is Victor Gorky's. He's on Leeds radar. Yes. Yep. I've seen him. He looks strong. He looks big. He looks like a nice player. Ask questions of the goalkeeper. That's really what we're put in between the center backs and ask questions of the goalkeeper. That's really what I'm looking for. And press. You have to press the ball in this system. You can't take plays off. Leeds opponents are targeting the fullback areas, especially Rasmus's position. At right back, they exploit Leeds. They did certainly earlier in the year. They might still be I think St. Maximum did have a couple of goes at Rasmus. I thought he did okay. I actually liked that sub. I was like first like alien on for Rasmus. I'm like, come on, put in some forward players, but Alien's legs were probably gone, and we needed fresh legs to deal with St. Maximin. So I didn't hate that call at the time. You can't drop Pascal. He's our best defender. Joe, I agree. I'm just reading the tea leaves of what Jesse will do. I think he's our best defender too. I put in Pascal at center back. At first, I thought this was a like for like Cooper replacement, but when I showed you that tasty ball in, if Leeds bring in another forward, then Jaffe drops down the pecking order and may need to go on loan. As for Bamford, given his injury, a signal that it's the end for him. Here's my question to you, Michael, and everyone. Does Patrick Bamford score his 100th senior goal at Leeds wearing a Leeds shirt? He's been on 99 for over a year. Man, come on. Come on, Patty. Get healthy. Score that 100th goal. I don't know. I want to see Patty play. I want to see him. I want to see old Patty. We all do. And I think he scored that goal against Arsenal. If he scored that goal against Arsenal, he scores the penalty against Arsenal. And he has 101 goals. And maybe he's healthy. Maybe he's his form. He scored that goal. That was not a foul. We can all say this, especially when we look at the Harry Kane interference that wasn't called. And somebody made a Twitter post about this. It's like the refs are so bad against Leeds that it's like it's kind of like you watch it now and you're like, yeah, of course that's not gonna go. Yeah, that's not gonna go for us. No. Yep. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Brendan Aronson's gonna get absolutely wrecked here. Of course not. It's to that point. It's like I don't expect a call. I'm kind of shocked sometimes when we get a call. I mean, yellow cards, things like this. It never goes for us. I want to be like, it never goes for us, but it's to the point where by and large, I'm expecting the game to go against us. The refs to go against us. Maybe at home it'll be decent, fairer. Leeds bringing another forward. Yeah, so Jaffe, I wanted to see Jaffe more. I don't know if he should be leading the line. I don't know what to do about Jaffe. It's interesting. 10 minutes is never... There was so much shit housing going on at the end of that game. Like, can you really even judge Jaffe at the end of that game? No. Everybody's probably thinking loan him out. Yeah, okay. Loan him out. Fine. I'm okay with that, but I still think he saved the season at moments last year, and he's still got something to show for us. My ideal thing was play Jaffe and Patty together. I think that in and out would have worked well together in the 4-2-2-2. I don't know if we'll ever see it. I like Bamford, but Bamford's situation is holding us back. Yeah, I agree, Joe. That's 100% true. Cut bait. 49ers said they were to increase their stake in Leeds. They will concentrate on stadium expansion. Let's see it, baby. I'm ready. 49ers, let's go. We need investment. We need more investment if we're going to continue to stay up. Right now, we're rolling the dice. It's like it's uncomfortable, and it's like at the end of last year, you were like, okay, well, they learned their lesson. Okay, summer window happens. Net spend is negative. Okay, now it's January window. We didn't get anybody in last January, but I don't think, the Phil A articles come out and said, we're looking at players, but don't expect anybody. There was like something like that. And whenever that happens, that's usually PR move, leaked, a front office person's leaked it to Phil Hay to write this article, inside sources, this is what's happening, underneath. And whether that's true or not is, I don't care. What I care about is that it's a signal to me that you're managing expectations. And when you're managing expectations, you don't want to disappoint the fan base. So, anyways, Joffy's getting a raw deal with playing time. I agree. 10 minutes, man. Come on. Put him on at 60, especially in a 0-0 game. I don't know. All right. Can you guys see this? I want to share this. This has to do with the West Ham game. Let me know if you can hear this. Here we go. Deco. I'm going to play this.
Isolation, not with where we are. We dominated the ball. It just
Let me know
was
in
a
the
game
comments.
where it just wouldn't happen for us.
Yeah,
You hear
exactly that. I think we played
Deco?
in the first half as well as we've done for ages. The change of formation, Saeed dropping in, linking the play, me and Lucas together, playing some nice passes. My shot, if that goes in, we're talking about a different game. If Dawson's header goes in, we're talking about a different game. And tonight, ultimately, both goals were decided from throw-ins. And at this level, it's very sloppy. We know that as a team, especially where we are at the minute in the table. If anything, we need to be solid. If you ain't going to go and win a game, at least draw a game and get a point. The goals were sloppy.
All right, I'm going to turn them up.
Chasing, and it's always an uphill task when a team comes in and sits in.
Obviously, taking it out of isolation, it's kind of been the story of our season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been frustrating. Frustrating in the sense that because I know the quality we've got, I know the players we've got. I see it day in day out in training. It's just that at times this season it hasn't gone for us. Little decisions that haven't gone for us. Balls, like I said, my shot, and another time that maybe goes in the back of the net. Just the small margins, and of course, the reality of it at the minute is that we're not doing well enough. We're letting ourselves down, letting the manager down. We're also letting the fans down. There's no beating around the bush.
They have lost, I believe, almost 6 in a row, getting on 6 in a row. And they understand that their manager's job is on the line. So that's where they're coming in to Leeds with.
We've signed the players in the summer. It's just up to us to be out there, pushing, driving, good mentality, giving everything for the badge, giving everything to the fans. And
okay, giving everything for the badge, giving everything for the fans. It's hard to dislike Declan Rice. I haven't heard a Leeds player say those words in a long time. Maybe Luke Galen in the championship. Giving everything for the badge, giving everything for the fans. I mean, I've heard Jesse say it. You know who said it today? Wöber. Wöber said that. I want to give everything for the badge. And he's the captain. So, again, he's going to be a leader. He's not going to be a problem in the dressing room. I just wanted to point that out because it's just an important thing to say. Because we do want people to fight for the side, to fight for themselves, to fight for the badge, to fight for the shirt. We don't hear it. Again, I don't think that there's any kind of problem in the dressing room, but it's just nice to hear that kind of stuff. And Max said it today, and he's a captain.
Out there trying as hard as possible to do that, trying to give everything, trying to keep the lads going, and all the lads in there are trying to keep each other going as well because, like I said, we're down there, but it doesn't feel like that. I know that's the reality, but we don't want to think that. We want to still have a positive mind and still think that we can play and still get a result in this league. So look, there's not going to be any negativity from me, of course. Everyone has their opinions. I don't like where we are. I don't like the way we've played recently. It's unlike us to lose 5 Premier League games, but it's football, it's a learning experience. It's about how we move on.
When things go against you, people sometimes they go back under their rock. Do you know what I mean? But we've got to try and play without fear, haven't we? If we play with fear, then that just doubles down.
Yeah, I think you see in the first half there was no fear in us. We're 2 down, but I'm trying to push. We're trying to push everyone on. Even in my head, I see the second goal go in, and I'm thinking we can still get something here from this game, because I believe that in the first half
So I looked up the stats from this game. Declan's talking about the most recent loss to Brentford, who's hot right now. West Ham had more possession. West Ham had better passing stats. Now, again, that could have been just passing around the back line. West Ham had significantly more corners. West Ham had significantly more shots. And West Ham had the same amount of shots on goal. So they are going to, and then I looked at stats, I think Leicester, a similar game, but they put a lot of shots on in the box. I think, 6 or 7 shots on target. Didn't come away with anything. Both those games. So they're extremely frustrated. He is saying that he feels that they've been playing decent football. It's just been lost in the fine margins. So this is a really hungry team, a team that plays in the Europa League, a team that is not used to this standard, a team whose manager's job is on the line. And so they will be extremely frustrated, and they will be looking to grab all 3 points.
created more chances. We looked more attacking team. We had a big threat. But it's just that them fine margins at the minute. It's them fine margins that are letting us down. And I don't think there wasn't a lack of effort tonight. I think everyone ran themselves into the ground. Everyone give everything. And I've come off, I feel probably as tired as I have all season. We're really pushing it. We're pushing for everyone to get a result. And
Declan Rice, he's used a lot too in kind of like world football. He's the best. He's one of the best midfielders in the world, and he plays in Europe. And he plays he captains West Ham, and he plays for his country. He plays in every single game, almost every single minute. And for him to say he's as tired as he was at any other point in the season, he will absolutely be up for this game. There was a shot that almost fell for him early in the match. But yeah, I guess I'm just kind of sidetracking. I don't know how much tread is going to be on this guy's tires whenever he does eventually get out of West Ham. And I think he will get an offer out of West Ham. But I'm not saying West Ham, he's too good for West Ham or anything like that. I think he's a fantastic player and should be there as long as he can. I'm just saying the kid plays maybe the most amount of minutes in world football. And he plays hard minutes in the Premier League. It's just amazing.
Trying to get that win at the moment, it's not going our way. So everyone needs to stick with us, and it will turn.
I don't think anyone can question the work rate you put in your performance tonight. I mean, how do we change the momentum? Because all we can do is change the future. We can't change what's happened before. We can't change the results we've got. So how do we make them fine margins in our direction?
It's a tough question, because obviously football's decided by split second decisions. Whether you give a ball away or whether you score a goal, things happen so quick, and you have to react really quickly. I think we're starting games better now. We're starting games more out of the block. Even though we lost against Leicester before the World Cup, we played really well in that game. Again, same thing. Dominated the game at home, lost 2-0. Dominated tonight, lost 2-0. Tried to change to a back five tonight to go a bit more solid, and obviously 2 sloppy goals, like I said, which is really unlike us, because that's what the gaffer's built us on: solidity, good mindset, fighting, never stopping.
Moyes has built that team on solidity, and that's important because that's what Leeds have got to do. And I know I'm kind of being contrarian right now because West Ham's down there, but West Ham's been performing for 3 solid years now very well. So, anyways, Moyes is a great coach. I don't care what you think.
I think there was a reaction tonight from Arsenal, 100% a reaction, but just not the 3 points that we really needed.
Last one. Obviously, we all know this day and age the negative voices are always louder than the positives. But if you allow negativity to creep in, obviously, things only go one way. So there'll be a lot of people saying, "Oh, Dec, do it on a pitch, stop speaking." Obviously, you have to speak.
Yeah.
But what would you say to all the fans, negative and positive?
Yeah, I read a lot of stuff, and of course, fans are always going to voice their opinions. They pay their money to come watch. They see the signings we've made in the summer. They're now seeing us underachieve. So look, I fully agree with them, because even myself, after the last 2 seasons we've had, this season was an exciting one to go into with the players we have. And at the moment, like I said, we're letting ourselves down and we're letting them down. So look, I understand, but from me and from the lads, you'll never see us, mentally check out. You never see us never not giving 100%. Of course, things on a football pitch are tough. Obviously, for a fan, they don't know what goes through a player's mind on the football pitch. Things happen really quick. You lose the ball, you have a negative thought. So many things happen in a football game. But I'm really trying to stay positive, really trying to push everyone on, give 100% for this badge, for the team, for the club. Listen, so does the lads. So, of course, negativity is always there. They just want to see us win. They want to see West Ham back where they should be, which is where we've been the last 2 years. And look, it's easy to say that's where we're going to be at the end of the season. We hope we're going to be. But a couple of wins, let's be real, changes that. Two wins, you're back up to above 10th. So it's not far away, but at the moment it's not going the way we exactly want it. But stick with us, stay positive. And look, from me as well, I think as captain, I'll keep trying my best to push everyone and give everything for this team. So look, we're going to do everything we can to change it around. And obviously now we've got a big one against Leeds. And that's the beauty of football. You have the next game to react and to try to do something positive.
So that's who's coming in. That's who's coming in to Ellen Road. A hungry team. I fully expect the best West Ham, and you can see it in his eyes. 2 wins, we're back up. We're above 10th. You can kind of see it in his eyes. We can get 2 wins. We can get 2 wins. So I don't know what to expect. Jesse's solidifying the back. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if we know how to play out with this new. We don't know where players are going to be. West Ham has not been lethal in the past going forward. They have players, Bowen, Rice, Benrahma, etc. Yeah, so they've got some quality in that side. They're hungry. They're coming in expecting 3 points. They're going to be like, this season's BS. We haven't performed well. Brentford just got 3 points against Liverpool. So they're riding high. They had Arsenal before that, and they had a break before that. So they're going to be very dialed into this game. I think they're going to be expecting 3 points. I just think it's going to be a dogfight in Ellen Road. I don't know. This is the league. It's going to be another absolute scrap. Yellow cards left, right, and center. I think based on what I've seen, West Ham will play with possession. They'll play with the ball. We will sit in a defensive structure. I don't know if it'll be a block necessarily, but we'll sit in some sort of block. We'll try to play on the counter. I don't know how good that'll be. And we are going to, if we have Crescencio, I think we'll be a lot more dangerous. If we're willing Crescencio, I think we'll be a lot more dangerous than we were in the past. I think he might go 4-2-3-1 rather than the 4-3-3 defensive kind of structure that we had. But I think Jesse's. I'm hoping. What I'm seeing is that Jesse has started this post World Cup breakout with a defensive mindset. So 3-0 Leeds, Diggler, love it, baby. It's important for Leeds to score first against West Ham. Michael, I 100% agree with that, because if we are defensive and we go up one nil, we cannot concede. There was a coach that said, another American coach that I followed, that always said, keep losing teams losing. They have this mindset. They're frustrated. If a goal goes in and get early and Leeds got it, they're going to go, oh, here we go again. Here we go again. We're at Ellen Road. The fans are on top of us. We're going to lose another game. The gaffer's going to get sacked. That's where we want them to be mentally in the game. We need to be up early. I 100% agree with Michael Brown here. Michael, great. You've been great in the chat too. So DM me. I'm on American and Leeds. I'd love to do further collaboration with you. You got good brain waves today. So if you're interested, but follow me on Twitter. Good mindset. The wife's a calling. Have a good night, guys. Hey, my wife will be calling soon too. Declan must look at Calvin and think you spawny fecker. West Ham, I believe, have only scored 12 goals all season. Yeah, I don't think they'll be lethal up front. So, if we do go down, I think we can turn it up to the max. Sorry if you couldn't hear it, Diggler. I turned it up pretty high. Anyways, well, thanks for sticking with me through that. But I don't know. We put them to bed. Do we put the stake in them? The league kind of has their gaffer with the boot on his neck. It's do or die time for Mr. Moyes. Brutal league, man. It's do or die time for Mr. Moyes and West Ham. They have to get 3. They're coming in here going, a draw isn't good enough. They're going to have to score. They're going to have to come in and score. So they've gotten joy here at Ellen Road before. They have a late winner against Charlie Cresswell's first kind of real game. He was an emergency center back that we had to put on. That was last year. It was the summer too, I think, or early fall. So they've seen a win here. And then we beat them at their place. So that was one of Marcelo's probably best games. I think it was maybe his last win. So they've seen the best of both worlds. I don't think Moyes has Moyes ever locked up with has he ever locked up with Jesse Marsch? I don't know. They're an established Premier League side that understands how to win football games, though. So don't take them lightly. We got to get the first goal. Diggler agrees. I agree with that. For the psychology reasons I mentioned. All right, that's it, everybody. That's all I had. Thanks for sticking with me. I had an interesting, take. Newcastle. Wöber is in. I think it's a good signing. If I had to read the crystal ball, I don't think we get a striker. Let me pull up Gier's Twitter. I don't think we get, because Gier is the one that I follow for transfers, and I think you should follow because he takes everything. He filters it and says, this is BS, this is real, this is BS, this is real, which I need. I think we might get the Coventry City gentleman. Apologies for his name. The Groikiris, I'm butchering his name. I think we might get him, but I think let me see if I can get who I really want. Noah Lang. What? He's such a head case. He's a problem. He's all this stuff. Noah Lang. I would absolutely. He's a winger. We have a ton of wingers, Alex. Okay. All right, fine. I just think talent plays. We need another forward player, and Noah Lang's ability, you sell it exactly how you sold Rafinha. Noah, you've had a tough go of it. Come to Leeds, play for 2 years. You can name your spot. You can go to Barcelona. You can get your big six signing, all the money that you deserve. We have a template. It worked with Rafinha. Come here. Jesse manages personalities. And say, come here. You're probably, if healthy and bought into the system, you will start. Again, we have team captains all over the pitch. Okay. Cooper, Wöber, Christensen, Tyler Adams. All these guys have been captains or are captains for international sides or team. We got team leaders. Come in, Noah Lang. Reinvent your career. Rebuild your career. Play for 2 years and you get your big signing somewhere. I 100% do that deal. I get it. I get him in here. I think he's a dangerous player that expresses himself. That do I think he's more important than striker? Probably not. But I think if we can get him, he would be a great addition to Leeds. And he would be our star man. And you can put Somerville on the other side of him, Willie Yonto, a decent striker. And I think he's just he's press resistant. That's who I would like to do, as Rad Rosani says, the icing on the cake. And I think it's an easy sales pitch. Might be not the greatest person in the world. I get it, but get Noah Lang in the door. And again, you want to build a team too that's not necessarily just Jesse boys. So I don't know. And we've got a lot of Jesse Marsch gig impressing people, which are great, but I would get Noah Lang. I would absolutely get him. I'd take a fly. I like this saying. I'd take a flyer on him. I'd have a cup of coffee with him, see what he's doing. All right, that's it, everybody. Marching on together, Leeds. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting close to hopefully 500. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, sorry. This is the last thing. This is bonus content. Bonus American Leeds content. Let's see here. Okay. So the Geordies, great people. Newcastle fans, great Newcastle. Newcastle fans, great people. Love them. Let's see if I can share this. Wild. And it was not, I didn't mean anything negative. So I tweeted this out. And all it said was, love this little moment in the second half between Kieran Trippier, 32-year-old established top flight fullback, and rising star Wilfred Yonto, 19-year-old Italian international, and the referee. These two had a battle, won't disclose their wages. All I'm saying is that Willie was brought in for next to nothing, to peanuts. Actually, Kieran Trippier, I looked him up. I think he was actually fairly cheap from Atletico. But basically saying, I wasn't saying anything negative about Kieran Trippier. He's an established top flight fullback. This has got, I'm going to refresh it. I think this has got close to 200 maybe views now. 200,000 views. No, 162,000. So it stayed pretty much there. Alex, ha 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 ha. What exactly did he do other than foul Newcastle players? Also, not sure what wages have to do with it, considering one is a prospect and one is an established type. Right. I liked the guy. I said, you know what? You're right. Alex, great name. My name's Alex. I said, yeah. What do wages have to do with it? Well, one's paid a lot, one's not. So, anyways, he didn't just foul Newcastle players. Here he is so I made a little compilation. Here he is torching Kieran Trippier all day. Whoop! See ya, Kieran. Bye-bye. So don't say, and so he's saying up here, he's like going, they had a little bit of a battle, both on the ball and off the ball. And Willie's, he's not afraid of anybody, man. I think he's saying, look out for this guy. Basically, he's fouling me. Yeah. They had a go. That's all it is. They had a friendly go, a little banter. The second half's about to kick off. He's 19 years old, man. That's all. That's all I was saying. I'm saying he's 19 years old. He's having a go at a 32-year-old. Thank God. Like, it was fun. Well, okay. So anyways, I got more abuse. All your teams do is cheat their way through 90 minutes. Really, Newcastle? Really, Newcastle? What a difference a year makes. What a difference a year makes. You guys were, I mean, a year ago, and now all of a sudden you're entitled to top 4. We made a mug. Some Leeds fans came in here and helped me out. All those chances he created. He expressed himself. That's all I was saying. What do wages have to do with it? Yeah, okay. He's never done anything all game apart from waste time. A lot of people talked about how he didn't know where 10 yards was. It's like, yeah, we got under their skin, man. Look, we got under their skin. I'm not saying Newcastle wasn't dangerous. I'm not saying they probably maybe deserved more from the game, in their humble opinion. They didn't put the ball in the back of the net. The reverse fixture is going to be tasty. When they come into Ellen Road, it's going to be tasty. They could smash us, sure, absolutely. I mean, but it was a proper game of football. So anyways, I got a bunch of Geordie fans coming after me, and it really wasn't meant to be anything. It was geared towards, obviously, Leeds fans saying, hey, look at our 19-year-old winger. Anyways, Drew, Newcastle fans taking the moral high ground while brushing the human rights of a country under the doormat. Yeah. Look, it's all fun and games. It's Twitter. Don't take Twitter too seriously. Don't take Twitter too seriously. That's my my 2 cents for the day. All right, folks. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I haven't been able to do a long stream like this in a really long time because I just don't have, this much time in my day. And when I try to coordinate the long stream with Jer and Michael, we try to do a longer format, 3-man. We might introduce another Canadian, Brendan, who came on the pod as well. But I will not be able to stream that long until next week. Or until maybe, actually, we're talking about possibly doing it one Thursday. It would be lunchtime. It would be lunchtime East Coast, 5 o'clock UK and Ireland, doing a longer form stream. I do like to put some of the audio up on Spotify, so check that out too, because I don't think a lot of people have time. I put these things in. I pay for YouTube Premium, and I listen to a lot of Leeds content, not looking at the screen. So hopefully you guys do that. You can put the screen on, at least here in America, you put the screen on. The screen just has to stay on, and put the AirPods in, or put the walk around with it, etc. So anyways, for those that don't have that, I put some stuff on Spotify. I try to do it when I can. It's at American and Leeds. Like, comment, subscribe. Marching on together, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. One final take. When you go to the Leeds shop, at least for me, I have to pay international shipping. So this is for all my international brother and sister Leeds fans around the world. The kit jerseys, I get a medium. I'm not a big guy. I get a medium. The pullovers, the training, get a size up. Because those are like, I mean, I bought a medium trainer. I mean, it's like, I don't have a 6-pack, but my God, like this is way too tight. I would never wear this out. I'm wearing this on a stream. It's way too tight. I mean, I'm not a professional footballer. It's a little bit too, I'm just saying. So get the size up on the trainer, especially for you international, because it's tough to return something that came halfway across the world, across the Atlantic. All right, that's out. Marching on together. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Happy January 3rd, everybody. Bye. Peace.